SCB Public School, after whom your school is named?
Sri Chandra Bhanja Dio, who was a ruler of the Bhanja dynasty. He belonged to the district of Mayurbhanj. However, he was a philanthropist. So he had contributed to the construction of SC Medical College. But the nurses and the doctors complained regarding the lack of institutions for their students and children. So they decided to open an institution inside SCB itself. But however, due to expansion, they decided to take students from all over Cuttack, and the institution expanded day by day.
The Institute of Science College, CB Raman College of Engineering. That's nice. You're an engineering graduate.
Yes, sir.
So why you opt for civil services?
So basically, there were three reasons for me. The first reason being my job was pretty sedentary, and I was working in the India ambulance, that is an afternoon shift. So I was not able to contribute anything to the society, and I was fairly restricted to my job. And second reason being my personal reason, where my father had a health problem, due to which I had to resort to home. But however, I tried to search job opportunities in and around Bhubaneswar, but there was no such career progression. And the third thing being, I was in my last company with DXC technology. I was fairly attached with production support job. So in support jobs, there are fairly no opportunities for career movement. Hence, I decided to take a risk and move to a field where I can get diverse opportunities and more job stability.
So what will be your role as a civil servant?
Sir, as a civil servant, I am expecting to do a lot of diverse jobs which I was not getting opportunity. By diverse jobs, I mean there are various roles which I have explored in a civil servant when we get recruited, starting from the block level of BDO till the city of deputy collector, attachment to ministries in various departments. So I am expecting that I can contribute as an agent of social change, which I was not able to do in my previous job experience.
So what are the basic qualities of a civil servant?
I think a civil servant can have a lot of qualities. However, I would like to say that there are three basic qualities. The first one being Nishkam Karma. In this particular type of quality, what exactly happens is whenever we do or give effort towards something, we expect results. But however, this service encapsulates a lot of things where we have to give our efforts, but however, the results are not in our hand. Second thing being integrity. Integrity is very much necessary in this job because there will be political pressures, there will be pressures from peers. However, we need to understand that whatever we are trying to do is for the public, and the public needs to be very much uh, very much I mean the public has to take I have to take onus for the various public demands and ensure that I as an individual or as an officer are able to satiate their demands. The third thing being empathy. I think as a civil servant or a bureaucrat, we need to understand that we cannot be run by the rule books. Sometimes the people who look at us for the change have to be seen with empathy, and adequate solutions need to be first provided to them rather than just following the statute books and ensuring that we have done our job.
So one thing you have mentioned Niskam Karma.
Yeah.
So if you do not expect your result, how will be there will be motivation to work?
Yes, sir. I do agree with the thing that Nishkam Karm, but I see that the term of results, the results are broad. We can segregate into two things. One result is suppose I want to reach somewhere, a concluding point, like I am giving an exam.
If that aim is not in your mind, then
Yes.
how
Yes, the aim and results are different thing. So I am aiming something is the objectivity, while getting the results is something how I am going to give efforts towards something. However, in civil service, there are a lot of other factors which contribute towards the success of the job. It can be, it is a teamwork. It necessarily needs inputs from everyone else on the field. So I need to ensure that I am able to contribute my 100% to the job to ensure that that whatever we are going through, I do not fall back in my efforts.
So you have to pay much importance on your efforts.
Yes.
If efforts are good, then results will be good.
Yes, there are more chances of results becoming optimal if I give my efforts from my side, because that's what I feel is controllable.
In your hobbies, you have mentioned running,
Yes.
marathon as well as daily exercise.
Yes.
So out of these three qualities which you have mentioned,
Yes, sir.
according to you, priority wise, don't you think integrity, honesty are important?
It is important, but I think
Then
the
why have you not ranked them as per your priority?
because I think first as an individual I prefer that my effort should be first clear before expecting something, because Nishkam Karma, when I'm talking about Nishkam Karma, it is an individual attribute which I want to contribute from my side. Then about integrity, integrity shows as a person what I want to imbibe in myself, so that I don't be submissive to the pressures which is inside the system or from the peers or political nexus. And the third thing which I said is empathy. The empathy, because I see when we are a civil servant, we miss that particular part, because the society has seen civil servants being segregated as a whole from normal human beings. By this stature is creating a conflict between the normal citizens and the civil servants. So civil servants need to be more approachable and be solution based, but not be statute book oriented just to ensure that they have done that duty. That duty should encapsulate human welfare as well.
So being an engineering graduate, you have switched over to political science and journalism.
Yes, sir.
Optional, as an
Yes,
optional.
sir.
So why you chose this topic?
The very first thing is, sir, being an engineer, I had access to electronic media. So I used to follow news. So that was one point where I saw that I can manage one paper by just updating myself regularly. Second thing is, political science was always a point of interest for me, because from childhood itself, I have seen in my family that news has been the source of entertainment, we can say, for my father, because he used to keep it running the entire time he's at home. So I had an inclination, because I used to understand things like Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, debates and all. And third thing being, when I started seeing all the alternatives, I didn't have a computer science engineering particular subject as an optional. So I decided to choose an optional where I had past experience as well as I had the interest, because I have had a bit of knowledge from childhood itself, as it is being played on my TV regularly.